Hi everyone, it's Sebastian again. And this time we're in the Square of the Three Cultures, home of the three cultures, the Aztec culture, because Tlatelolco was one of the most important markers to the Mexico Valley, the Spaniard culture with this church, Santiago Church, and the third culture that is nowadays Mexico, represented by the pole flags. And in this time I'm going to talk about one theme that is so important, not only for the beginner polyglots, but also for all the polyglots. That is the words insults for a polyglot and how to deal with criticism. I don't lie. In our path of being a polyglot, um, you will find you're certainly find some friends. But also, you will find some hurdles in your path. Why, why do I say that? Because they are going to try to put you down, unconsciously or consciously. So in this time, I'm going to talk about the worst insults for me as a polyglot. And there was three worst insults. The first one was when I was working as a volunteer in the war family meeting, and in this time, I was talking about the languages that I speak. In that time, I used to speak six languages: Spanish, Italian, English, Basque, Esperanto, and Catalan. But the volunteers was like 900% like snobs, and mainly of them they didn't have a good attitude towards us, and they say, "Oh, of your languages, they three are useless," but with arrogance. And I said, "Oh, come on." Um, I've already I had already talked about this criticism, this use of the languages, and for me it's was like ignorance. And I was so upset because it's like don't recognizing all its importance. It's not insult against me, but also against the cultures, against the Basque culture and the Catalan culture and Esperanto culture. The second one was when I was playing domino with a guy that I used to call friend, and I was talking about I was speaking in Chinese, and he said, "Oh, why do you sound so funny? You sound so funny." It was like, "Oh, come on! Chinese is a tonal language, and it has a uh, really indifferent pronunciation, and it was only more jealousy and envy than everything, and it was for me so disgusting because I had to learn this language by heart, and for me it was so bad. And the last one was when I used to be as a port voice of the I am 132 movement in Mexico. That was a really important, quite important movement here in Mexico because of the presidential elections this year. And in a news, I told that I spoke my nine languages, and all in the faculty knew about them, and he said, "Oh, even me with Google Translator can be a polyglot." And I said, "Come on!" And you know that most of the people don't know that Google Translator is one of the worst resources to learn foreign languages, and this one was like don't respect my time and don't have respect of my effort or to learn languages. So for me, I can resume these insults in three main reasons. One, ignorance. Two, envy or jealousy. And three, lack of respect. And for me, the worstest are lack of respect of what are you doing. So it's okay because everything in my in the world we think different, and it's okay. But you have to have respect of what you are doing. So, and the second thing was is how can you deal with criticism? Well, as you know, it's so important to deal with it. I don't mean that you had to reject all the criticism, all the critics, because there are, as long as good critics, bad critics, and you have to ignore them. So I have some tips to deal with it. Number one, you have to think about your strengths and your weakness and work on it. Try to improve your skills in your strengths and the and try to work with your weakness to try to get them down. And the second one, you have to try to not let to put you down. Yes, and try to endure your mind to resist all the critics. Number three, mainly in YouTube, you have to ignore the bad critics and remember that the gold rule in the internet: do not feed the troll. Number four, if it's necessary, you have to change your current activity and return to them as soon as you can, because it's you fight the boredness, and in this way you can think properly. And the five is try to surround with all your friends and look out who's your real friend. The sixth one is like don't give up. It's the most important. Don't give up, because it's not a velocity run, but it's like endurance. So don't try to run, but instead try to walk into the path. And the last one, try to put you a long term goal, and so this you can go with by pace at your pace, and not only to be really good. Don't try to be fluent like 3 months. If you can't, don't try to force yourself, but instead you try to go to your pace. And this will be all for this video blog. I hope you like this place in particular, because it's so important. It's not so well known as, for example, Reforma, as Garibaldi, but it's so important because you can know all the history of Mexico in this place. So for me, if you have some comments below, try to write them. I will try to answer as I can. So bye bye.